Welcome back to episode 11 of our Timberborn Folktails Cliffside playthrough. If it's your first time here, welcome. If you're returning, welcome back. Glad to have you. Today we are going to try and get this Badwater rig completed. And then we'll just have the Badwater off the map. I did have a suggestion that we could extend, quote unquote, complete this terrain aqueduct and still use these water wheels during a drought. That is definitely a good idea, and we could just have it go off the map right here. I feel like it might be a little bit too much work for the benefit of just having the wheels going during a bad tide and a temperate season, not having them going during a drought. I do think windmills are our more permanent solution, and just bad water control of having the bad water rig is going to be the method I'm going to do. That would look cool as well. That was definitely a good suggestion. One thing I definitely want to do is finish upgrading these windmills. So let's go ahead, get this game going, unpause it, and replace some of these windmills with large windmills. We have the paper for it, and it's going to help a lot with our power needs. And there we go. All right. So let's go ahead and keep blowing up this reservoir. Why don't we have dynamite there? Oh yeah, we deleted 2 dynamite there because we were completely out. We were completely out because we didn't have any bad water during the drought. It makes total and complete sense, but I would like to get some going now. And it's, of course, nighttime at the moment. Other goals. Let's see, what can we do for well-being buildings at the moment? Detailers are fun. They do require extract. You can put any custom JPEG you want on the tails of the beavers. I don't have a logo yet for my channel, but that will definitely be something we add for the beaver tails. There are also some default selections. You know what? I think in my game files, I currently have a detailer image of my actual family when I was showing this game to my daughter. No offense, guys. I think I want to get that removed before I build a detailer. So we're going to hold off on that. Not quite comfortable putting my family out on YouTube at the moment. Um, so yeah, we're just waiting for these building projects to be done. Seems like it's been nighttime for a while. Did I talk during the whole day? I might have. If I did, I apologize. All right. For a second there, I thought I didn't start my recording. I wanted to double check that. I did have the other day a mishap where I forgot to turn the audio on for the Iron Teeth playthrough, and now I'm just a little paranoid that I didn't push the right hotkeys to get my recording going. I do think I'd like to move more of the food production up here and free up this space for more well-being buildings. So let's go ahead and start that process a little bit. I'm going to plant some carrots and potatoes up here as well. That should be plenty of carrots. Yeah, that's probably more than enough carrots. And some potatoes. All right. We do need to turn this water pump back on. We forgot to do that. We do want to be storing up water during this drought. I mean, during this temperate cycle. We are kind of short on beavers at the moment. We have a lot of kits is the problem. So remember if you remember a few episodes back, I built quite a few double lodges right back to back. Well, that kind of bit us in the butt some. We had a birth wave and the resulting death wave, and we're kind of suffering through that at the moment. Bad tide is coming, so it'll be a good time to see if our bad tide diversion system that we remodeled works. So that'll be good to see. Kind of curious what our builders are focusing on at the moment. I think it's still this discharge. I am going to put that at a little bit lower priority, just for the fact that I want to get some of these other projects done. Like these windmills, I deleted them all three of them, and they're not done yet. So I'd like those to get done. We can blow up that spot. Why not? Maybe we didn't need to. Maple trees are still producing. We could actually use some more maples, to be honest, too. Doing great on log storage. Like to see that. Man, it just didn't feel like anything got accomplished there, did it? I think suffering through those 14 vacancies is definitely hurting us at the moment. What don't we need to be producing over here? What can we pause? Anything? We need the treated planks. We need the paper. Actually, we don't really need the paper. We can probably pause that paper mill for now. We still have 2 lumber mills going. We might not need both of those. Just trying to free up some labor to get more builders and haulers. We are completely out of haulers. I think that is the main issue right now. We need to get some haulers back. Got plenty of flour. Maybe we pause one of these lumberjack legs. So we have 2 haulers. Okay, it's better than none. I think our resources just aren't getting near where they need to be right now. All right, that's almost done. I'd like to see it. I did want to wait to blow this up until we filled out those last 2 dynamites, but I think I want the additional space before this bad tide starts. So I'm going to go ahead and blow this up now. Excellent. Oh, of course, then they just built those. Wonderful timing. We didn't get a whole lot of explosives built during that temperate phase while we had the bad water. But once this is done, we will be in a much better spot for that. So not too terribly worried, to be honest. This is almost done. We got those windmills up and running. I'll put this back at normal. Some beavers are growing up. Okay, our kits are growing up, so that should help our woes here, our employment woes. Okay. I don't want to use up all of our dynamite. In fact, before I put more of it down, we talked about that we need a ladder to go right there. So let's put that dynamite before we forget. Because once this bad tide starts, we'll still have access to the water. Never mind. Thought we were losing access to that for some reason. Let's double check this. Close above contamination 0. Synchronize with the adjacent sluices, so all of these have the same settings. And this one is close below contamination of 1. So that's closed. That's open. They're both set to auto. It should work. There was a little bit of a flood surge there. Before this could get going. It wasn't bad. The water evaporated quite quickly. If they do take this path, though, there's a chance they could become contaminated. They are walking through bad water right there. So that's not great. I wonder how we can reduce that little surge there. It's probably not a good way to do it besides making this a little taller, perhaps. We'll have to think on that. Any suggestions on how to mitigate that surge would be greatly welcome. All right, we can build that. explode that dynamite and build that ladder right away before it's too late. I mean, it won't be too late, but before we need it. High priority. We could put a path down there too. This playthrough we are playing with ladders. On the Iron Teeth playthrough we are not. Perhaps next time with the Folktales I'll also refrain from ladders, but at the moment, I wonder, is this contaminated back here? Okay, I was worried that maybe some of that surge affected us badly. It doesn't seem that way. We seem to be okay this time. You know, it might be time to build that reservoir up higher. I know we still have a lot down to go. I also want to get the extract going, so the centrifuge. This is the part of the game that my attention always gets pulled in various directions. Stay with me. I swear there's a method to my madness. It might not be a good method, but there is one. Thank you for your patience on that aspect. There's 2 birches here that aren't getting cut from this guy. I'm just going to pause him and make a different one so that this empties out, hopefully. Okay, it's empty. Delete it. And then they can cut those 2 birches. Do I need to worry about those 2 logs there? Absolutely not. We have almost 3,000. Do I want to collect those 2 logs? Absolutely. I don't know why, but I feel a desire to do it, so we're going to do it. We're going through this scrap pretty quick too. Since we've been using enough metal, our smelter has been going non-stop. So we are going through that scrap pretty quickly. There is one more scrap pile over here. We might want to consider working our way that direction. Let's see. How could we work our way that way? I think one of these is going to, it's too far from a district center. What about right there? Is that still too far? It is. All right. So we did make a little bit of a mistake by planting all of this. We're going to need a path across. Or we don't need a path up there across if we put ladders here. We can do that as well. So that can be a path over this way, and then we can build another zipline station up here. So let's go ahead and do that. Maybe right like that would be good. And these 2, can those be connected? They can. So they can go 30 meters. And that's 28. So that's actually a good use of a zip line right there. Since our labor issue is a little bit better now, I am going to unpause this lumber mill. No reason to unpause the paper mill right now. We don't really need paper until we are also have a printing press to use that paper for books. Perhaps soon that wouldn't be a bad idea. I think I want the centrifuge first. Let's go ahead and unlock that if we haven't. We haven't. Centrifuge is a 3x3 building that fits kind of awkward with the other ones. That's not a great place for it, honestly. I'm going to have to think a little bit. It's not the worst place, it's just not a good place. Actually, a good place would be right by this where this observatory is right now. Is the centrifuge solid? No, it's not. The printing press honestly fits a lot, or yeah, the printing press fits a lot nicer right there. There's still that wasted space there, but that could be storage potentially. Hmm. Want the centrifuge. Doesn't fit perfect there, but I do want it. Maybe we since the explosive factory is here, so we already have a bad water tank here. I do like the idea of moving our observatory over to this side in order to utilize um, the bad water for the centrifuge there. So let's go ahead and move one of those. Observatory. You can go, yeah, I guess right there should be fine. What are we waiting for on this? We don't have the gears. We are constantly using up our gears. Okay. This, of course, requires more gears. We very well might want another gear factory here soon. A gear workshop. Let's just keep that in mind for now. Delete that stair, and we can build more platforms here to maybe build a gear factory right there. Kind of surprised that's not done, but it's just short on gears, really. I'm going to prioritize this and delete our current observatory to get those materials back to help build this one. All right. Lots of beavers are injured, but that's okay. How's our reservoir looking? Yeah, not doing too bad. We still have 10 days left in this drought, though. And this is already empty. Perhaps we should open it up a bit. Because I do think we need to pump a little more water. Some more water, at least. Okay. I have 53 beavers. So let's just say 55 for easy math. Times 9 days. I said easy math. It's not that easy. 500 water-ish. Actually, yeah, we have plenty of water. We're not going to open this anymore. We can pump just to store up some more. But it's not 100% necessary right now. These crops are coming in. I do think I am going to clear the planting area for these. I just want to switch over to up here more. Utilize that area instead. So we're going to work on that. So just harvest it when you can. Oh, just because we're not prioritize harvesting. You still have that in range. What are you talking about? Don't you still harvest if they're not marked for planting? You know, just so it doesn't give me that error message, I'm gonna mark that one for planting. I'm pretty sure they're still gonna harvest. With our storage of food being full, we don't need 3 beavers in here right now. We can have more haulers. Honestly, what we should do is just expand our food storage. Yeah. We don't really need that many berries anymore. They're only useful really for the antidote at this point, and we have plenty of that. Do we need these piles here? No, we don't. This was to help us with our construction. Let's actually delete those. And we could put a large warehouse, 2 of them on top of each other even, for food storage. Maybe this one could be bread, and this one could be carrots. Yeah, that should work nice. All right, that's still working. We're looking for the gears. We don't have them quite yet. Let's make another gear workshop. Oop, wrong button. There we go. It's all good. It's all good. No problems here. This is done. Let's build that centrifuge now. Actually, since that's closest to the bad water. Okay, that's a ladder. Interesting. Hey, this finished. Now we have beavers working in here. So we can get rid of this bad water pump. And this discharge is, this bad water rig is handling all of our needs. We will no longer have bad water flowing here at all. It's just coming out of here. So with that in mind, I feel like we can build a medium tank down here for extract. I should set it to extract though. There we go. Since we have access to that now, we can unlock double and triple dynamite. We got plenty of science still. We can even unlock tunnels. Yeah, why not the dirt excavator too? We won't build it quite yet, but we can. There's no reason we can't unlock it. Let's see, this is gonna take a little while for the gears to come in. If we build that second gear factory, that will speed it up tremendously. All right, this other zip line is done. I kind of want to chop down some of these oaks here. Not that we're in dire need of logs at the moment, but they're oaks. I mean, they're very good source of logs, and they're just sitting there. And I'd like to use this area for other things. It's also flat in this. They might need a little help reaching that. In fact, they 100% will need help reaching that by building the stairs. Now remember, the whole reason we moved over here was to start working our way towards this scrap pile. So we're going to keep doing that. Let's see. We can just do a stairs there, followed by 2 ladders. We made it all the way down here. Yeah, I'd feel like a hypocrite if I didn't chop down these birches now, because I went through the extra trouble to chop down the 2 that were stuck up here. So that guy has nothing else to do. We can get rid of him. 4 days left of the drought. We got plenty of water still stored. I think this is dry, so we can pause the large water pump again. We've got dynamite all across there. We can go ahead and blow that up. I think that's just too high. It is. Okay, so that means if we place a double dynamite here, it will be the same level as the rest of it, and we can start placing triples there and blow up that whole thing in one go. Don't want to go too low, actually, lower than this exit at the moment. Are we behind on harvesting just because we have full storage, or is it because we don't have enough farmers? It's because we have full storage. Okay. As long as that's the reason, I'm not too worried about it then. Let's actually move our berry storage. And I don't think we need more than that 200, but we'll move that up to be by the herbalist as well. Set that to berries. And empty this. This has grilled potatoes. What I'm trying to do is get rid of all of that to put down large warehouses there. So we can build another one up top here for now. We can set that to grilled potatoes for now. And we can empty both of these. Excellent. Okay, we have our centrifuge up and running. We are making extract. Let's see, where is it up here? Right here. We got our first few. Love to see it. That's going to help us build this double dynamite and start clearing areas out even better. I want these to be done sooner. We still have an awful lot of unemployment. We might want to consider building a lodge here soon. If I remember right, can we build another lodge up here? We'll probably build a single. If we delete these two. Or, what am I thinking? Let's build a double, but we can have the entrance facing this side. Yeah. There's no reason that doesn't work. We do need to rebuild the well-being buildings that we had up there. The decorations. We had a roof and a lantern. Actually, with that ladder right here, we should be able to access that. Okay, it doesn't look a little funny with the lodge switching which way it's facing, but it should work just fine. Yeah. Okay. All right, berries are there. I wanted to empty this. Where did all these berries come from? Came from here. I don't like that. The whole point was to empty this. What are we doing? Interesting. I do like that this is clearing out, because I would like to get this agora working. Requires a lot of logs and planks, but it's another well-being bonus. Takes up quite a bit of area, but I do think this will be a great spot for it once we clear out these potatoes. All right. Not connected by a path. So these aren't built yet. Why aren't they built yet, though? Come on, guys. I think we're trying to do too many things at once, and the beavers are, well, running out of. We're running out of beavers. We don't have enough builders at the moment. Builders, we only have 6. Haulers, we have none. That is a problem. Okay. Too many jobs. Need that population. That's even with this water pump paused. What don't we need building right now? We got quite a few metal blocks. We could pause the smelter. It's only freeing up one job. But I guess every job matters. Let me just think. Okay, we'll go up there. You're going that whole way. I don't like that pathing. That pathing definitely is not optimal for what we're trying to do. We need another zip line there. I think we can actually connect both of these. Now it's a giant circle. we can go from there. We will want to put a small tank up here for the extract. And actually, they're building from this side too, so we might need explosive storage and extract over there as well. Ah, the batite is done. Wonderful. Extract obtained. Extract obtained. Small. Actually, I don't like that location. We're actually going to move that road over, path over one. Just so we can build in that section too. Extract obtain. Explosives obtain. Water is flowing this way again. Our bad water diversion system worked exactly as planned. Very happy with that. We have the storage for grilled potatoes here. We can delete this. I'm just going to delete that. Berries are going to drop on the ground. Whatever. Not worried. Then we can build another large warehouse there. 2 of them, in fact. Why not? This one's carrots already. Okay, so this one can be sunflowers. Sure. This one can be, I don't know, roasted chestnuts for when it's time. We do have chestnuts coming in. We don't have a grill that's grilling them currently. You're injured. Do you not have a bed? Okay, he does have a bed. Gosh, we are flooding again. Alright, it resolved itself. I'm glad that worked out. Let's work on getting this taken care of a little bit here. The easiest way to take care of that would be, if this was, instead of a path there, a ladder, stairs. I know it's ridiculous that I'm chopping down all those birches, but for some reason I want to. And then we can build more bridges this way. Actually, we could get done with just one bridge. Okay. Let's blow up this path. Nice. These are done. Do another worthless lumberjack. Okay. Our batteries are staying up just fine. All these larger windmills are coming in clutch. Even without these water wheels doing anything, it's still working out just fine. Okay. We are almost to the point that we can... Oh, one of these will need to be raw potatoes, actually. Okay, what we need is more workforce. We don't have enough haulers to move all the materials around that we want to move around. With that in mind, I think it's time for our first triple lodge up here. We can cheese it with the ladder. Since I'm not using ladders on my Iron Teeth playthrough, every time I put down a ladder, I feel a little guilty. Like, setups like this will just not be possible. It does take away from some of the problem solving to have ladders. Let's get that a high priority so that we get our population growing sooner rather than later. We're losing a lot to injuries right now is part of it. So that'll resolve itself just by the beavers getting rest. Yeah, we have a lot of injured beavers though. Um, yeah, let's put another one down just to be sure. In that location, we can actually put a platform on top of it. And another medical bed. I'm surprised these potatoes haven't been harvested yet. So we have full potatoes up there too. We don't need this scrap here anymore. Nowhere near any actual ruins or where we're processing our scrap, so it's just kind of unnecessary there. Let's blow this up here before we forget and expand. That way the reservoir is expanded some. Let's see, let's peel back the layers. Okay. So we definitely can, without a doubt, use triple dynamite across this and be perfectly fine. I just don't want to go below this at the moment because then there's no way for that water to flow out at that point. Let's see. Now we're getting some beavers being born and kits growing up. We definitely need that additional labor. There is no doubt in my mind we need that labor. What I am doubting is if we need... We're actually out of planks. I think we paused the wood workshop and quit making treated planks for the moment. We have over 100 right now. So we don't really need more. This gatherer flag is pretty much worthless. We're going to delete it. Worthless might not be quite the right word, but we're not utilizing it at all. Because we don't need these berries. I'm going to mark those for deletion. You know what this triple lodge doesn't have? It doesn't have any decorations nearby. Let's fix that first with a bulletin pole that they can actually read. That'd be unique. A roof right there. A shrubbery. A lantern. Scarecrow. And a beaver statue. Remember, one of the wellness bonuses for kits in particular is it helps them grow up faster. So their growth speed is higher by 25%. We can actually increase that to 30% if we get it up to 20, if they're well-being up to 26. That might be a worthwhile endeavor. We have some of our beavers that high, just not all of them. Okay. So there's a few ways to do that. More food supplies would be a good, food varieties would be a good one. Maybe another shower to keep those beavers wet and happy about it. Or just that Agora. Where is it? Agora. Yeah, we'll unlock it. Okay, there's not really a good spot right there, but I think we move some of this pathing, we can just put it down there and be a-okay with it. And it does consume extract. Just a little bit. We are getting more haulers. I love to see it because there was just not enough haulers to move around all of the things that we were trying to move to various locations. We are full on chestnuts. Let's build another grill. Instead of sunflower seeds, I'll have this be raw chestnuts up here. And obtain. Then we can just plop another grill down. We're here for now. Set it to grilled chestnuts. Building isn't connected by paths. Oh, forgot to put a path right there. That's taken care of. All of those are marked for cutting, right? No, they're not. They all aren't. Now they are, though. These runes are getting scarily small. We do need to keep working towards these ones. We're almost there. It's not a huge deal. Let's see. That's a too high. We'll do it, quote unquote, the proper way with stairs this time. We could build a zipline station here. That should connect to this one. Obstructed by those trees. See, we need those trees gone. It's very important. We can still construct it for now, though. We are definitely hurting for planks. We have built a lot of things with planks, and part of the reason we're hurting for them is we have 2 gear workshops now. We're not building a lot of things with gears, so let's pause that, because that is consuming our planks. Nothing to do in range. Liar. Actually, there isn't anything. You're right. Let's see. I don't know if we just go the full 6. Reaches all the way across. Why doesn't it let us build that there, though? Why is it mad? Oh, it's too big. 5. There we go. Now we can finally plant this dynamite over here. This is just waiting for extract and dynamite. Just again, too many tasks for our beavers to do. It's still the temperate cycle, which is awesome to see. This can be a lower priority. We got plenty of the extract. It's really just builders that we're short on at the moment. Okay. So why haven't we placed these? What are all of our builders working on instead? Ah, these large warehouses still. Okay. I guess I accept that. We must have really had too many tasks queued for them. They're taking a long time to catch up to that. Nothing to do in range. You are correct. You are indeed correct. How are we doing on bad water? We're actually completely full on bad water. We have more beavers here than we need. Which means we could probably... Oh, guys, we haven't been pumping water this whole time. That is a problem, actually. Hopefully we can get enough stored up. We're already on day 5. We haven't had the warning of the bad tide or drought yet, but it's coming. I'm sure somebody noticed I forgot to unpause that water pump. There's the warning. We still have 3 days to pump water. Let's make the best use out of it as we can, I guess. Not much else to say about that. Yeah, definitely needed. Kind of interesting how little water is actually. Well, I suppose that's now that we've turned on that large water pump. How little water is actually getting all the way through here. Not much at all. All right, this is almost ready. Excellent. All right, our water's going back up. Man, that was not a good oversight on my part, to be perfectly honest. I am sorry. I'm sure somebody noticed that and was just yelling at their modder. You're not pumping water. You're not pumping water. What are you doing? I can practically hear you. It's fixed now. A little late, perhaps, but it is fixed. I'm honestly tempted to just make another water pump just for the time being. I think it's necessary, actually. High priority. High working priority. Just every last extra bit of water we can before this drought hits would be very helpful. Luckily, we're not hurting for water. If it would have got to 0, we would have been in a very rough spot. And now we have a lot more room in our reservoir. Going down those 3 tiles really expanded our water capacity there. Let's see if we can put down another AAA or not. It looks like not. So we're going to just do a double dynamite down there now. And call it good. So that one explosion we did there was 3 levels deep on that whole section. That's a lot more water storage. Unconnected building. You sure? Ah. They are sure. It's that ladder that actually matters. This grill is going. It's going to be producing grilled chestnuts here very shortly. Are we producing them? You got the chest. There we go. Grilled chestnuts online. Excellent, excellent. Like, honestly, I think we need more maple syrup. So I am going to unmark these oaks for planting here. And we're going to replace them with maples when the time comes. Hopefully I don't forget. I very well could, though. It has been known to happen before. Because we are constantly running out of maple syrup for our maple pastries. Not ideal. It's not terrible, but yeah, I just think we need a few more maples. See, this is up and running. These stairs aren't quite yet. The drought has started. All right. Well, we're going to keep pumping for a while yet. Both of these. Why not? And we very well might let out some water here to pump a little more since we are so low. Holy, this is by far our longest drought, I think. A 24-day drought. The fact that we did not have full water storage at the start of this one is kind of painful. So let's see. We have almost 70 beavers. So that's 70 times 24. 1,600 water. So we actually almost have enough water stored up. Oh, wait. We need double that because it's 2. So let's say we have 70 beavers. Times 2 times 24. We need over 3,000, 3,300 water. We do definitely not have that. So we are going to have to let this flow some. I think we want to be careful with it though, not release too much at a time. Because the more water that is over here, the more evaporation that's happening. This one deep section would just lead to more evaporation. As long as we can be drying from here, that should be the only time we let out more water, I think, at the moment. I'm curious if they haven't built that. We really fell behind on log production. We really, really did. That's kind of resolving itself now, though. So gravity batteries are still full. I think increasing the amount that they could hold with that dynamite and upgrading all of these to large windmills definitely helped. There's no doubt about it. All right, so now we have good access to way over here. Have our ruins ran out? They have. So I am glad that we have access to over there because we need it. Stairs. See, I can use stairs, guys. And then one more set of stairs. Scavenger flag. And small pile set to scrap. Yeah, that'll be very helpful. Eventually we're going to want to get to this ruin too, because this underground ruin. We only have so much more scrap on the map. All right, let's see what we can do for blowing this section up. Okay, let's get this all leveled first. Then we can start using double and triple there. Okay. We need to release some water here. Just open that temporarily. I'm going to raise this all the way up just to not let any water flow out the back of that, hopefully. Closed. We might have filled up a little bit too much because we do have some here. Okay, we don't. And since we're trying to avoid having it here to minimize evaporation, there's no sense having a beaver work in that water pump. Also, we have enough labor now finally again. We actually have unemployed beavers, so we got to get things for them to do. And one of the things I think we can have them do, which I think would be very helpful, is if we can get another lumber mill going. It's just a matter of where in the heck to put it. Things are getting really congested over here. I think we can delete that water pump. It did do its job. Another lumber mill. Something like that. Can even connect those. Ooh, I don't know if we'll get through the end of this drought before we should end this video. We'll just see how long it takes. We are approaching that hour mark. I don't want to make you go too much longer beyond that. Keeping up on blowing up that section. Hey, our well-being has reached a new high. Our agora is up and running. Excellent. One thing we could do is, and I think we will be doing it shortly, is we probably could use even another hauling post. We don't need another 20 haulers, but another hauling post would be good to have, even just 12. We have excess labor at any point. So I don't really know if I want this gear workshop actually going. We're so behind on planks. I do think I'm going to pause it. 200 gears still, and like no planks. 29 planks only. It's not much at all. Food's looking good. Water's looking all right. We need to release a little bit more water here. Open. Closed. Open. Closed. Needs deeper water to... Did this drain out all the way already? No. Oh, I don't have... Is this not on open? Needs more than 0.1. 0.4 maybe. Okay, now it has enough water. So maybe it needs pretty close to that 1.4. So we can make this release the water at 1.5. We're in 1.6. Now that should flicker on and off here pretty shortly. It's fine that it's not. Okay, we can blow this up. How high about that? We can definitely do a triple high. A triple dynamite here. Good. Ah, yes. Good beavers. They don't have much to do right now, apparently. They got right on that. Then if we do just one high here. Yeah, we still got 17 days left in the drought. We might be pausing this in the middle of the drought. That should be fine, though. We have 12 injured beavers. That is a problem, guys. We don't have medical beds for that many injured beavers. Wow, let's get some more medical beds. That kind of caught up on us. I'm sure somebody noticed that before I did. Again with the yelling at me, I'm sure. Build a platform on top of this one, and then because we have the ladders there, we can build another one right on top of it. In fact, this whole section by these ladders can just be medical bed platform. That should help. Yeah, the injured beavers definitely crept up on us there. I think the centrifuge and maybe even the paper mill have a higher injury rate. I know the explosive factory does. And maybe even this bad water rig, that might have a high injury rate. Not entirely sure which ones are specifically bad for injury. But we definitely started getting more injuries there. Okay. Oh, we could have done a double there. I misjudged. Not the end of the world. Very few things are the end of the world. Okay, blow that up. Now we can put a double. That's all built. Now that whole section can go. Love it. Awesome. So, if we're going to expand this at all, I think we're going to expand it out this way. That is why I moved this path. Yeah. I think that'll be the plan. So for now, well, we can just start laying some dynamite, I guess. Do only one layer here. and oop, and a double right there so that those become the same level, which is going to be the same level as this. Do I want to blow this one up? Maybe not quite yet. We do need to build up these levees to this height first. That's going to be part of expanding it. Let's get rid of the path up there. And if we do something similar with these overhangs, we can get on over that way. Assuming we don't hit the zip line, and it looks like we are lucking out on that. So we can do that, no problem. We do need this path deleted. That's okay. I don't know why I have it paused again. Sorry, guys. Can we not put a path up there because of the zip line? We can't. That might be a problem. That very well might be a problem. That doesn't really fix the problem. But what would fix it is that. Because then instead of this connection, have it go to that pylon and then over there. That's going to get it the height that we need to enable us to build a path here. And everything then works out. Let's commence this explosion. I think we're just going to delete these bridges and replace them with larger bridges. Let them collect those planks here. All they're going to collect. They probably won't even bother collecting the logs at the moment. Or maybe they will. Okay. We are over an hour. I do like to end near a drought. It's not happening this time. Once the droughts are closer to that 30-day mark, it's harder to end an episode right at the start or end of a cycle. I think it's fine. Blueberry seedling. No, you need to be gone. I'd like to keep playing, but it is actually pretty close to bedtime for me today, and we are going over an hour. So I will wrap it up here. Thank you guys if you watch the whole thing. I appreciate it. That watch time definitely helps the algorithm understand that people are enjoying my videos, not just clicking on it and looking away right away. Of course, some of that happens, but if you watch this whole thing, I greatly appreciate it. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. That'll help me out tremendously. Thank you for your comments and all your engagement. It just makes me very happy that people are enjoying watching these and that I can share my passions with others. So what we accomplished today is we did get this bad water rig done. We got the centrifuge going, expanded our reservoir more, and started working towards this other section with this ruins over here. I will start blowing this whole section up, and that's where I want my final power storage to be, and kind of industrial sector, I think. So we are going to work on clearing that out in due time. Before it gets fully realized, we're going to have to collect a lot of those ruins. This is kind of the part of the game where I get my attention pulled in multiple locations, multiple different projects. I do apologize if I'm not staying on task as much as I maybe should. But I think listening to the random ramblings of the content creator is part of the charm of watching these videos sometimes. So hopefully you don't mind it too much. All right. I think, well, normally I touch base on what we're going to try to do. Oh, I just did. We're going to try to get power and industrial sector up in that area eventually. Short-term goals would be to finish expanding this and start growing our population more. We might even start blowing this out to start making our beaver paradise. Sorry again for the rambling. Hope you enjoyed this video. I will see you guys next time.